The thinking behind Enkang was to create livable urban spaces. Yeah, just because our cities are rapidly urbanizing doesn't mean that we all have to live in concrete jungles. The Enkang project consists of 330 apartments split over 6 blocks. First phase being 165 units, which we hope to hand over to buyers June of next year. We've got 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments, majority being the 2-bedroom apartments, 1-bedroom apartments being about 50 square meters. We've got 2-bedroom apartments at 85 square meters, and 3-bedroom apartments 110 square meters. Our show house is almost done. We'll be having an open day on the 5th of October, so you're all welcome to join us on that day. We have got key features in our projects where we emphasized on open spaces, lots of lighting, kids playground. I mean, we've dedicated close to half an acre just for kids to have a place to play around. We've got similar space for the adults where they can do barbecue and all that. We've got a jogging track. We've also activated all the roof spaces. So if you want to entertain, you don't want to stay in your 1-bedroom apartment, or you don't want to stay in your 2-bedroom apartment, you can go up the roof space. We'll have sail tents, gazebos, where you can go up and entertain and watch the skyline, as it were. We're up to 11th floor, so the views from the top are spectacular. You can see Upper Hill, you can see Ngong Hills, Ngong Forest. So yeah, so we're trying to create something special within the urban space. We've invested quite a bit in security. We've got 2-stage security, a main gate from Ngong Road. We've got a secondary gate into the estate itself. We've got smart cameras. We've got smart lifts, which what that means is if you're not a resident at Enkang, you cannot access the lift operations. Only a resident at Enkang can buzz you in, which means we can actually control the flow of people, because you can imagine having over 300 families with guests moving in and out. It's difficult to know who is from which unit. Yeah, so we've tried to invest a little bit in not so much physical barrier security, but more of smart security. The whole idea also is that by scaling up on the security, even those who are buying as an investment can get higher clientele in terms of their renters. Yeah, you can attract expatriates who, of course, are worried about security. You can attract the single ladies, who, of course, security is key for them. So those are the softer features, of course, we have. Some of the others are given. We're going to have an application that's been specifically modeled for the project that we'll use to operate things like the cameras. You can use the same application to order for food, to talk to your neighbors, because in as much as we're living in this densely populated place, we've lost touch with our neighbors. I think we are putting into market over 330 apartments, which are mainly target for the middle income earners. So we're doing a little bit in terms of bridging the gap in the housing deficit. I think in terms of the bigger developers, I think we are the ones bringing to market the largest number of units at one given time, and we hopefully to scale this up. This being our flagship project of 330 apartments, we hope that the next project will have that many more, and play our part as private sector in terms of sorting out the housing needs in the market. We try to play in a space where we think a larger part of the population can participate. Our units specifically are all under 9 million, with an entry point of 4.5 million for the 1-bedroom, 7.5 for the 2-bedroom, and 9 million for the 3. So in as much as I wouldn't say we're in a typical mass market, but at least we're in a segment of the market that is still pretty much underserved, and we're hoping to try and address that. Our buyers are split, as it was. So we have, for the smaller units, the 1 and 2 bedrooms, you most of the time find it's more investor types who are looking for for return on investment over time, as well as a capital gain. Of course, once the infrastructure around Ngong Road is done, and of course the values of those properties will skyrocket. For the 3-bedroom and some 2-bedrooms, you find more of your owner-occupier. That's somebody who's saved up a little bit of money. They want to buy a house where they want to live in. The inspiration behind getting into real estate development has been I've been doing project management for real estate developers for a while. So we got to understand the pitfalls and what it means to get a good project going. And so for me, in terms of development, is always trying to leave a mark behind. There's not a better mark to leave behind the world than a real estate project. Yeah. So and also at the same time addressing two things, addressing housing needs, at the same time creating employment, passing on skills. So at the end of the day, for me, I don't look at just the monument of the project. I always look at it in terms of what are the trickle-down effects of the project. What will be the lasting legacy of Enkang? What will be the lasting legacy of the next project that I get involved in? Yeah. Will I have 3 people who got trained and can then go in and do their own projects? Will I have masons who've learned something from the project? Will I have sales team that has learned how to communicate better with customers? The challenges are always there, like in any other business. I think the difference in real estate is that the fundraising and is not the easiest. We don't have we don't operate in a very friendly lending regime. So getting support from banks is not the easiest. We've managed to get support from our bankers at the moment, but it took longer than we would have anticipated. At the same time, also raising internal capital. For those who haven't gotten a chance to visit, please visit our site. I think you'll find that it's located in an area of high growth potential. The area where Enkang is located is right now experiencing all the best returns on investment for would-be buyers. Yeah, so I think it's something worth considering. Once the infrastructure improvements are done, the location will be no different from Kilimani or other quote-unquote leafier suburbs. Yeah, so I think we're offering a good product at a very affordable price, and I think for anybody who wants to invest, I think now is the time.